Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I am an immigration attorney. I'm based in Washington, D.C., oh, there you go. I was having some trouble streaming on TikTok, but it looks like it is working right now. Excuse me. Perfect. Great. If you don't know me, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based in Washington, D.C. We help clients with all types of immigration applications. Our most common types are VAWA and green card applications, so family-based humanitarian cases, but we also work on employment-based cases, including transferee visas, H-1Bs, um, employment-based green cards, perm applications, anything that you might be thinking of. We usually work with those types of immigration cases. So we only deal with U.S. immigration law. We help clients all throughout the United States. Some of our clients are even outside the United States. But we help with all different areas of immigration. So I come on here live to meet you guys. Say hi if you're joining me for the first time. Let me know where you are watching from. If you want a shout out, let me know. But I come on here live to answer some questions, to give you guys general information about immigration. So if you're interested, please feel free to put your general question into the chat. If you have something specific about you or your case, I would recommend scheduling a consultation with our firm. Our consultations are done by Zoom, by phone, or in person. In our office in Washington, D.C. We just moved to D.C. recently, which is what explains the bare walls behind me right now. But hopefully pretty soon they will be filled with some beautiful artwork, and you can stay with me and comment on that once it is up. Okay, well, so right now I am taking questions. So go ahead and put your questions in. We're streaming live on multiple platforms. I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, and Facebook. We usually are on Instagram, but having a little bit of issue connecting to live from Instagram. But feel free to follow us on all the platforms. Our handle is Agarwal Immigration on all of the platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok right now, but also we are available on Instagram if that is something that is helpful or easier for you guys. Okay, so go ahead and put your questions in. I'm going to start off talking about our question of the day, which is a question that comes up in our practice. People have asked me this during consultations or even clients. In this situation, the question that I'm going to go over today, even clients have been coming up with this question more and more often. So I think it might be helpful to you, and I want to share that with you. Okay. All right, and while I'm talking, go ahead and put your questions in. I know there's Zoom. Thank you for your question. I'll get to it in just a second, and it looks like, okay. All right, great. So the question of the day here is, can I travel outside the United States while my VAWA application is pending? So that question, again, if you're streaming on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, the question is, can I travel outside the United States while my VAWA application is pending? So the answer to that is, if you have a VAWA application pending and a green card pending, you should expect to see essentially travel authorization about 6 to 8 months after you submit your VAWA and green card application. The travel authorization is based on a pending green card application. So it's called advance parole. If you're not sure what that is essentially your authorization to travel outside of the US and re-enter without any issue. So technically, yes, you can travel outside of the United States. However, you may be questioned when you re-enter, right? And you don't want to say anything. You won't have your attorney present, of course. I would love to travel with you to some of these exotic places, but you won't have your attorney present. You may be questioned about your VAWA application. You may encounter some issues coming back into the US, or worst case scenario, your VAWA is denied and you will be denied entry from coming into the US, because if your VAWA gets denied while you are out, and your green card, there's no basis for your green card to be approved. So essentially, you have no basis to re-enter the country because your travel authorization would be considered invalid at that time. So if that happens while you are out, then you will encounter issues coming back in. Or if you're coming back in, you may be questioned in some airports about your VAWA application. So my advice to my clients on VAWA is to wait until you get your green card in order to travel. Technically, though, you can travel. That is my answer. You are allowed to travel if you have a valid advance parole document and you're able to come back in before it expires. Technically, yes, you can. My advice, however, is to wait until you receive your green card before you travel internationally. Okay, I hope that is helpful to you. If any of you have questions about VAWA or green cards, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can call me at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. And you can also schedule a consultation on your own on our Facebook page, which is Agarwal Immigration, or you can schedule a consultation on our website, which is agarwalimmigration.com. And I will see you. You'll see my availability. You will receive a link for Zoom. If you want by phone, just indicate that in your description. We'll give you a call at the time of your consultation. But if it's by Zoom, you'll receive a link. And I will see you at that time. You'll receive a calendar invite and a link, and we can talk all about your immigration case and all about your immigration options if you would like to schedule a consultation by those means. If you join me after I introduce myself, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based in Washington, D.C. I keep wanting to say outside Washington, D.C. because we used to be in Arlington, Virginia, which is not far from here. I would always say we're outside Washington, D.C., but our office moved. Our office moved this week. This is our first full week here in our Washington, D.C. office. We're so excited to have some of you guys here in the office. But we're in Washington, D.C., right by the Metro Center, one of the Metro Center Metro Stop exits. We're also walking distance from Chinatown, Gallery Place, Metro Stop as well. So if you are in the area, we are very centrally located and easily accessible. If you're not in the area, it's still easy to get to us. We're centrally located right in the heart of Washington, D.C. So excited to be here right in the city and hopefully to be able to show off our new office to some of you guys, right? But ignore our bare walls, my bare walls. At this point, because we're still getting everything ready. We are taking in-person appointments in about a week is what we're shooting for. July 15th is going to be our first day for in-person appointments. But before then, if you'd like to have a consultation, I would love to chat with you on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Zoom. Excuse me, it's Friday. It's a long week. On Zoom or by phone. Go ahead and book your consultation directly from our Facebook page or on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. And of course, right now my office is open. You can reach out directly to my assistant, Priza, and you can reach her at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Okay, the real Megan has a great question. If I've been married for 3 months and your husband is cheating on you, can you file for VAWA? So VAWA does not have a minimum requirement for the amount of time that you are married. So cheating alone may not qualify for VAWA if there's nothing else, but many times there may be emotional, verbal, psychological abuse. Cheating is, of course, one aspect of that, right? So if you've been married for 3 months and you have verbal, emotional, psychological abuse, you may be eligible to file for a VAWA petition. And you don't need to be married for any specific length of time to be eligible for VAWA, but you do want to show that it was a real marriage, not just for immigration purposes. So if you've been married 3 months, your husband is cheating on you, it's very possible that you might qualify for VAWA. You should talk to an immigration attorney. You can file. If you qualify, you can most likely file on your own for a VAWA and green card in most cases, or you will be eligible to receive a social security number, a work permit, travel authorization, and a green card in about 2 to 2.5 years without your husband even being made aware, without your husband even being contacted. Call us if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. You can also schedule a consultation on our Facebook page, which is Agarwal Immigration as our handle, or on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. All right. I hope that is helpful to you guys. Okay. I have so many questions, but let's see. Is it possible to get a marriage-based green card without the interview? This is Vibe Nation on TikTok. Is it possible to get a marriage-based green card without an interview? There are more and more instances where the USCIS is approving marriage-based green cards without an interview. Remember, if you've been married less than 2 years at the time that you would receive your green card, you will get a 2-year conditional green card. At the end of those 2 years, you're going to have to prove that you're still married, that the marriage was not just for immigration purposes, it was a real marriage, and then you will receive your permanent 10-year green card, right? So that's for a marriage-based application. If you've been married more than 2 years at the time you receive your green card, you'll automatically receive a 10-year green card. So to answer your question again, Vibe Nation, yes, they are waiving interviews. There's no particular rhyme or reason, just some of them do get waived. I would say the best chance you have to not have to attend an interview is to prepare a very strong initial application where you have tons of evidence that the marriage is real, that you've commingled finances, that maybe you've traveled together, you have photographs and utilities together, lease or mortgage or home ownership documents to show that you own property together. So there's really strong pieces of evidence where the government might be able to look at that evidence and say, okay, maybe we don't need an interview, but there's no specific methodology to say that they're going to waive that green card interview. If we can help you with your green card, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can call us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663, or you can schedule a consultation online on our Facebook page or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. If you don't already like or follow us on our social media platforms, heads up to go ahead and do that so you can be notified when I go live. This is my 3rd time live this week. I'm shooting to do about 4 times per week. So if you want to know when I'm on live, make sure to like us and follow us on our social media platforms. We are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Agarwal Immigration is our handle on all of them. If you have friends or family that might be interested in immigration, make sure to share this post with them as well so they can be notified when I go live as well. Okay? Dilbar is saying we stayed only for 4 months after marriage. Can I apply for VAWA? So first, Dilbar, the fact that you stayed together only for 4 months after marriage is not something that is going to prevent you from applying for VAWA. So if you live together for 4 months after you got married, if the marriage was real, not just for immigration purposes, and if there was abuse in the marriage and your spouse was a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, there's a strong possibility that you might qualify for VAWA. Okay? And remember that abuse is going to be can be emotional, it can be psychological, it can be verbal abuse, it can be financial abuse. It does not always have to be physical abuse. So there is a possibility. Don't let the fact that you've been married only a few months sway you from applying for VAWA, right? What we want to see is that the marriage is real, that it wasn't just for immigration, and that there was abuse in the marriage, that you did live together for any length of time. So there's no minimum requirement for something like VAWA, but we do want to have enough evidence to show that it was a real marriage and not just for immigration purposes. You may want to have a consultation just to see what type of evidence you have to see if that might be enough, but we do kind of brainstorm creative ways to show that you are in a real relationship, because sometimes VAWA applicants don't have tons of commingling documents with their spouse because it's just kind of the nature of that relationship and part of that whole pattern of abuse. Okay? Call us if we can help you, Dilbar. You reach us for a consultation at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. You can schedule a consultation on our website, agarwalimmigration.com, or on our Facebook page, which is Agarwal Immigration. All right. I hope to see many of you on Zoom or in person after July 15th, or having a consultation by phone with me. Okay. For those of you who are joining later, my name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients with all types of immigration applications. We talk a lot here about VAWA and green cards. That's one of our most common case types, VAWA and family-based green cards. We do also help with employment-based cases like H-1Bs, PERMs, O visas, and whatnot. We do other humanitarian cases like T visas, U visas, and asylum. So feel free to reach out to us, and I'm here, and I have a lot of knowledge on these different types of cases. So if you have questions, go ahead and put them into the chat, and I will do my best to answer you. Obviously, I'm providing general information since I don't know your specific immigration history. So to get information specific to you that is relevant to you and to address any issues that might be unique to your case, feel free to call us to schedule a consultation. You can do that by calling 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. or you can schedule a consultation yourself right now on our Facebook page or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. All right, I hope that is helpful. Let's see. How long for a U visa work permit? It's already been a year since I applied. So they do have to review your case and confirm that it should be, it should qualify. So it can take a long time. So a year wait is actually not that unusual. I'm sorry that it's that long, but if you qualified, you applied at the same time, you can expect to see an approval. I hope very soon for you, Karanjeet. If you need help, call us. You can reach us 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Again, also on our, you can schedule a consultation if you would like on our website, agarwalimmigration.com, or on our Facebook page, which is Agarwal Immigration. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. We help clients all throughout the United States. So no matter where you are located, we can help you with your immigration case. We only deal, however, with U.S. immigration. We help with all types of U.S. immigration cases, so don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are currently, I'm going to just give you a heads up, we're currently not taking any removal cases. So if you have a case in immigration court, we can help with sort of applications that are filed outside of immigration court, but we are not taking any in-person representation at immigration court. It doesn't mean that we can't try to help terminate your case in court so we can move forward with CIS. But just as a heads up, we would not be able to, help you with a merits hearing or a master's hearing if that's coming up. Okay. All right. Shaiza is saying, me and my husband had our interview last year in February, but we didn't get any answers. So if you applied for a green card, you appeared for an interview, it might be going through administrative processing. So maybe there is conflicting information from previous applications that you've had, or maybe they've discovered something that doesn't line up. So if they require additional evidence, it's possible that you might get a request for evidence. You might get a notice of intent to deny if your application might not be approved, or it could just be an administrative processing undergoing additional background checks. So it doesn't mean anything particularly bad, but it could mean that the government requires additional evidence before they can approve your application. Okay, or maybe something that you submitted just doesn't line up, which is one of the reasons working with an immigration attorney can be helpful, that they check your application to make sure. That's what we do. We check your application to make sure if there are inconsistencies, we can try to identify them. We have multiple levels of review. So multiple people review your application very closely, and we have experience. So we can see where there may be some gaps or issues. Because we do this day in and day out, those applications can be really hard to understand. So that's where I would recommend maybe working with an immigration attorney. If you do have a long time that's passed, one of the things you can do, call our office. We can review your application for you and see if we can see any problems with it and how you can supplement that. So we can go through evidence that might make the application stronger and recommend supplementing that application with additional evidence. So if you have an application that's been pending for a long time, that might be something you might want to do, is to schedule some time with an immigration attorney. We are accepting consultations right now. You can schedule one on our Facebook page or our website, agarwalimmigration.com, or of course by calling our office 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. We can do consultations by phone, Zoom, or in person after July 15th. I would love to meet with many of you in person and show off our new DC office. We just moved in this week. This is our first week in the Washington, D.C. office. So we're excited to show it off to so many of you, but want to get it exactly perfect. So when you come in, it's perfect for you to meet with us here in our conference room. Okay. How long does it take to process a 765 and an I-131 under a VAWA case? Again, how long does it take to process a 765 and an I-131 under a VAWA case? Remember, you can only qualify for work authorization and for travel authorization if you have a VAWA and a pending adjustment of status application. So if you have both of those that were filed at the same time and you're eligible for both, then you should expect to see work permit and travel authorization in about 6 to 8 months after you filed your application. Hope that is helpful. You can reach 703-348-1663 if you'd like to work with us on your VAWA application or have a consultation with us, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. We help clients all throughout the United States with all types of applications, including VAWA applications. Okay, great. Let's see. I'm not sure what you mean, Tyrone. How long does it take to get a visa interview after filing for the sponsor form? So if it's a marriage-based green card interview, I would think it's a year. Sometimes we're seeing it as fast as 6 months or so. Rinku says, I have an I-130 and I-40 485 application in the U.S. What next? What's the next step with a U.S. citizen? Biometrics, like if you filed already, you should expect to see a receipt notice. Then biometrics, where you get fingerprinted and you get a background check. Hopefully, they require additional evidence, you'll receive what's called a request for evidence, RFE, which will explain what they need. And then an interview with you and your spouse in the U.S., and then approval. So those are the steps. So basically, submission of the application, receipt notice, biometrics, interview notice, and interview, and hopefully approval and a green card in the mail very soon after the interview. Okay. Call us if we can help you. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Tika says, what's your experience with 751 and 400 joint interview? We do this a lot, actually. Many people that file 751 also end up filing for citizenship at the same time. We prep our clients for our interview together. The interview can be a little bit longer. Maybe it's about a half hour or so, or maybe an hour, where you're interviewed for both your citizenship questions, so the civics questions and the English questions, and then they also want to make sure that you and your spouse are really married, that it was a real marriage, not just for immigration. So they'll ask some questions about that as well, and you'll end up getting your citizenship, and you'll get your 10-year green card, sort of, but you end up not really getting that because you get your citizenship right away. So if you do qualify, it's a great way to knock two birds out with one stone. Okay. Call us if we can help with 751 and 400 joint application together. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Abdes, I'm not Momita, but thank you. I love Momita too. All right. Good. I think I answered most of your questions here, guys. Let's see. Can I expedite VAWA, my pending VAWA application? So can I expedite my pending VAWA application? This comes up so often in my practice. I wish there was a quick and easy way to do it, but in most cases, no, there is no way to expedite your VAWA application review. Essentially, it takes about 1.5 to 2 years before the VAWA petition is approved, and then an additional year or so for your green card based on VAWA to be scheduled for interview and approved. Hope that is helpful. I know it's a long time, but the end benefits are huge if you're thinking about applying for that. You essentially get permanent residency here in the U.S. You can work, travel back home, have so many privileges as a green card holder. And of course, you're eligible for citizenship in either 3 years or 5 years after you receive that green card. So even though it could be a long time, the benefits are huge. Call us if we can help with this. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. And of course, you can schedule a consultation on our Facebook page or our website directly. You can do that right now. Our Facebook handle is Agarwal Immigration. Website is agarwalimmigration.com. If you're just joining me, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States with all types of immigration applications. Okay. All right. Do men qualify for VAWA? This is a really common question. Do men qualify for VAWA? Absolutely. So VAWA is essentially for people that are married to U.S. citizens or green card holders. You can also qualify for VAWA if you're being abused by your parent who's a U.S. citizen or green card holder, or you are a parent with a U.S. citizen child, and you're being abused by them. This can be emotional abuse, psychological abuse, verbal abuse, and also physical abuse, but physical abuse is not always required. Okay? So if you have abuse in that relationship, you've lived with the person that is abusing you, and in marriage cases, it's a real marriage. It's not just for immigration purposes. The spouse is a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, or the abuser, I should say, is a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. You can qualify for VAWA in most cases. So give us a call if we can help you. You can reach us again, 703-348-1663, or you can schedule a consultation on our Facebook page or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. If you are just joining me, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. We help with all types of U.S. immigration cases. So reach out to us, and hopefully I can meet you and work with you on your immigration application. Okay? Awesome. Let's see if I am. How long does it take to renew your green card? This is a great question. How long does it take to renew your green card? Much longer than you think it would. So if you have an expired green card, one of the things that you should remember is you're still a green card holder, right? So even if you don't have a new green card, you are still considered a permanent resident unless it's taken away from you for some reason. So just because your green card expired doesn't mean that you are no longer a green card holder. And I'm only talking about 10-year green cards here, not the 2-year conditional green card. I'm talking about 10-year green cards. If that 10-year green card expired, you are still considered a permanent resident in the US, okay? The green card renewal can take a really long time. I want to say it can take over a year sometimes. It will come through. Just keep the receipt notice to show that you have applied for the renewal. But my other piece of advice is if you qualify for citizenship and you're interested in that, do it, right? Do it so you don't have to keep renewing this green card. Call us if we can help with citizenship or your green card application. You can reach us 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. You can also schedule a consultation on our Facebook page or on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. Okay? Nadia just shared this live with someone. Just as a heads up, if you would like to share this with others, please do. I come on live about 3 to 4 times a week. At least that's what I'm shooting for. I've been traveling, but just returned back in our brand new DC office. But share this post with others. Follow us and like us on our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok right now. But share this post with others. If you don't already follow us and like us, make sure that you do so you can be notified when I am on live. If you don't know me, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I am an immigration attorney. I am in Washington, D.C. However, we help clients all throughout the United States with all types of immigration applications. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Join me again. I hope to see you guys very soon or talk to you during a consultation on the phone, by Zoom, or in person after July 15th, okay? And thanks, everyone. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.